Hey guys, so I've been given the BMW iX Sport for a day. Now, normally I do reviews, but this time I'm doing something a little bit different because for electric cars, I don't think it's all about driving up mountain roads and handling and stuff like that. I think more of the questions that I want to know, and I think more people want to know, is it practical to live with? So, right now, we're going to do a little day in the life with a BMW iX Sport. Let's check it out. So the car's been charging all night. We had 75%, and look, we are 100% just using a wall socket overnight. So that's not too bad. I charged up 100 plus km just using a wall socket. So let's just get this out of the way and let's get going. Voila. The design of the iX is unlike any other BMW manufactured to date, so I'm curious to see how others react to it, especially for those who have owned BMWs. So meet my buddy Josiah, 3-time Olympian and world champion cyclist. I volunteered to be his chauffeur today to get his first impression and opinion of the all-new iX. So how's your first impression of the car so far?
Wow. First thing I get in, it's like, it puts me in a good mood because of the lighting.
Yeah.
The mood lighting.
The
ambiance. The mood lighting. You know, I've always been a little bit old school. I like cars that are made in the 90s and 2000s just because they're a little bit more analog.
Yeah.
I mean, they have technology and the safety, but they're still quite analog. So I'm a little bit resistant to all this new tech, like all the screens, because I know screens in the long run they go bad.
They don't age well, right?
They don't age well.
Yeah.
So I like to keep my cars quite a bit longer than the norm than you. So I always, when I look at a car, I look, okay, what's the longevity gonna be like? Is it they built to be more cost friendly?
Or built to impress, right?
Built to impress, but also built,
you know, like
built to be more cost friendly. They built so that it's within the 5-year warranty or 3-year warranty, and then after that you're on your own and yeah. So, but yeah, getting back on track, I like what they've done with the seat, the seat adjustment. They've gone the way of the Swarovski crystal look.
Yeah.
Right? And then also the seat, all the seat settings actually.
It's very lifestyle.
I like the full glass roof, although it can't be open, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I've got the panoramic glass roof in my Cayenne Turbo, and I like that I'm able to open it up for like a semi drop the top ish type feeling. You got the wind blowing, and my daughter loves that. So,
but how's the ride though? How I mean, you just hop in the car, but driving.
Yeah.
How do you feel like?
Yeah, no, it seems fairly standard. Don't forget, I'm comparing it right now to my Cayenne Turbo with air suspension.
Yeah.
So air suspension is tough to beat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is not air suspension.
That's adaptive suspension. Yeah.
Adaptive suspension. Okay. Yeah. So because I can feel the bumps a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit
more a little bit more edgy.
And we're not in the sport mode. We're in the normal mode.
Yeah. Okay.
Comfort mode or like efficient mode. Sorry.
So I just compare it because half an hour ago I was in my Cayenne Turbo with my wife driving, so I was a passenger in this same seat, so I can compare.
Yeah.
Now, probably not fair to compare this with a Cayenne Turbo, but it's opposite ends of a spectrum. The configuration of the dashboard, they put a little bit more like origami type design where
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
It's pushed back a bit, so I mean I can stick my arm all the way out, and I'm not even close to touching the dash.
Yeah. Okay, well, a little bit of a straight road is wet today. We got all-wheel drive and a lot of power. Let's see if this one feels like a Cayenne, right? You ready?
Yeah. Of course, it's got more torque. You can't beat the torque of an electric.
That's surge, right?
Yeah, you can't beat it. Yeah, I mean the torque would be way more. But look, now I compare it to a Tesla. I've been in what is it? One of the earlier top Model S's.
The one with the ludicrous power. Okay.
Yeah, and that one made me want to throw up.
Oh.
Because it was like so much G-force, and I'm like, ooh! Seriously, my stomach felt upset for half an hour.
Really?
For half an hour, I felt like I was like uncomfortable and about to throw up. It's that much torque. I don't know the price of this car, but if if it's around 200K, it's worth it.
It's not 200K.
Oh
no, closer to 4.
Okay, well, okay, we're paying Malaysian. I think value. Okay, how much would I pay for this? I paid $250 for this, but then, I'm coming from I grew up in the States where cars are cheap, ish, right? Compared, so it's 400K, and I convert it to like 90,000 USD. Well. I'll refrain from saying anything because value is very personalized.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, 400K.
Okay, so I've been driving this car now for what, 60-70 kilometers already today, and I gotta say that I'm pretty comfortable with the range. I mean, emulating what people would say a high city usage car, So I've been to one appointment in the morning, I've been to a lunch appointment. Now Josiah went to his third appointment. I'm going to pick him up, and we still have 83% left and 270 kilometers left. So I think in that side of the practicality as a city car is definitely there. And you can see with last night we got 25% charging done from 75 to 100 in just around 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so I think it's possible to daily this car. Oops, sorry, I'm thinking to go wrong way. Yeah. So how's it like driving this car the whole day? Well, it's actually really pleasant. First of all, there is no engine vibration, right? And there is no gearbox, drivetrain. None of that is present in this car. See, cars like Rolls-Royce, they have to spend a lot of time, money, engineering to remove all those vibration or sort of dampen it down. But in this car, you don't have to, because there is no vibration from a battery engine, right? All it does is it produces power and then it goes to the wheels. That's it. So the only vibration you feel are the tires and the dampers, right? Which is good. Ooh, let me just come up here. Ooh. Which is one of the best things about this car is this torque. I can just pull out like that. And with the adaptive cruise control, and the noise levels are very low. You're sitting pretty high, fantastic visibility, right? This car is very nice to daily, and it's very pleasant. Now, let's talk about some of the driving dynamics. And this is where I think this car falls short a lot. So we'll start with the steering wheel. Now I'll start with the material. Not a big fan of the material. It looks leather, but it feels kind of polystyrene. It's a recycled material for all this whole iX range, and it's all about using recycled materials, being green. I applaud them for that, but maybe we'll see better materials in the future. But for now, not too much. My biggest complaint about the steering wheel is its steering ratios, and it's really weird. On low speeds, when you're turning, when you're off center, it's still okay in low speeds, but the moment you hit a certain angle, the car rotates a lot suddenly, like it's so frazzled. And it's the kind that makes you you get startled, So not the best steering tuning. Even on high speeds, it doesn't do that, but it's not as intuitive and accurate. So I feel that BMW could have done a better job tuning the steering on this one. I don't like this steering. It's not the most intuitive. But if you're just blasting down a highway or just commuting like this, it isn't that bad. Okay, but when you're maneuvering in tight places and rolling out of your house, it can startle you. Will you get used to it? Probably, but I just think it's too much. It's just way too much. Damping, it's not entirely soft. You can still feel the road quite a lot, and it doesn't crash, but you can actually feel the like firm. It's firm, But then there's the weird part. The body likes to roll. Let me just see if I can demonstrate that for you. Yeah, so I'm going through this corner. Oh, look at the power. Power is great in this car, by the way. Alright. When it comes to cornering, jeez, there's so much. Oh man, I understeered there. Well, I know you have the you know, that little things on the floor, but still, the roll is just so clumsy. The car feels clumsy. Again, it's kind of weird because it's a BMW mark, and you wouldn't expect this from a BMW. Yeah, so that's the frustrating part, because it's a BMW and expect it to have that more driving intuitiveness for yourself. But yeah, just a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, a bit disappointed. But the power, it's not even on sports mode, and it just cools so rapid. I haven't been in sports mode, but I got a feeling that it's gonna be really yeah, really fast. Now this car comes with 4-wheel drive, which is something that I think needs to be in all EVs, because the car has so much torque. You know, just putting a foot down, having that security of the 4-wheel drive really helps. And in this car, yeah, it really is exemplary. The road is damp today, and I could just put my foot down, and the car just goes, knowing that I'm secure. I don't have to manage the traction and stuff like that. So that's a big plus in giving the usability of an EV, right? Anyways, I'm going to pick up Josiah right now, drop him home, then I'll jump off the car and do a little walk around the exterior and also the interior. Okay, so now we're home and we are at the car park, the car wash bay to be exact, and let's do a little walk around with this car over here. Now, let's do the exterior then the interior, but now the keys are here. But check this out, we do have keyless entry, and it starts detecting me quite far away. Notice that, alright? And I get here, you open with this little latch down here. Normally you have the, you know, this kind of latch, but you can actually do it like that, right? Let's do a little walk around. We have this special rims that's mixed black gloss and also metallic. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, when they first started with electric cars and stuff, they always have this, you know, aerodynamic rims, and I just didn't like it, but I like this one. Okay, it's pretty cool. Okay, the front. Now, actually looks not too bad on white. You know, on blue, it seems like that grille. I say grill with the, you know, with this, because it's not actually a grill, right? But on the blue it looks really big, but this one doesn't look so bad. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they have this lacquer or paint on this car, or material on the car that actually sell fuel. So if you scratch this, it actually sells fuel. So that's pretty cool, and you probably need it because it's gonna get a lot of stone chips as well, right? Yeah. Now we have laser lights in front, which I highly appreciate. One of the best in the market. It just shines so far out, especially at night, so I really like that. Not sure if I'm digging this, you know, lines like that. I think they're sort of trying to, you know, make it look like there are vents, you know, but, you know, putting those lines there, I'm not sure what's going on there, alright? But anyways, you do have actual vents here, alright, that goes in and then likely goes into the brakes, and then you have splitters down here as well. So the front design, yeah, I'm quite indifferent to it. I don't like it that much, and I don't hate it that much as well. So now, I don't know if this is your opinion as well. It has a little bit of an MPV look. I think it's because that A pillar goes down really far front, and with that mirror, you know, the window that extends out here, it feels a bit MPV for me. But overall, it does look different, and as most electric cars need to do is to actually look different than their normal car counterparts, and I think this car does fit the bill in that, right? Not my favorite design, but you know, I guess you have to be daring, right? Let me know in the comments below what do you think about the iX. So some of the functions as well is that you have this way of opening a boot with your kick. Voila. I think it's because of the battery and also all the things, accessories that you keep. down below here, right? So that's the charging cable, wall socket and stuff like that. So it's not exactly the largest boot space, but I think it's usable, totally usable. Right. So how about this thing over here? Let's oop, is it stuck? It feels like it's planted. Okay, oh, you can remove this thing. Okay, so I suppose you remove it and then you can put it down there like that. All right, that's good. Okay, and what I like about this is not some flimsy thing, so it's actually something solid. You can, you know, put it down there, right? Okay, so that's the boot. I'm gonna close it, and I want to show you something really cool. It's actually the lights. So when you lock, of course, you got that normal two lights, but when you unlock it, check it out. Whoa! Now there's a bit buzzing from my camera side, but there's actually no buzzing. It's because of the frequency, but it comes out like that. And when you lock the car, right, it has a very cool way of turning off as well. Pretty darn cool. Like it. So this is our charging socket, or you know, for AC and DC. Okay. So alternating current is what we use at home, and DC is what you use when using the high power charging ports, right? Okay, let's check out the interior. Now, first and foremost, you have frameless window. That's pretty cool, especially when going for, you know, more lifestyle kind of car and you want to bring in the new crowd. You got to make the car cool, right? So that's bonus for me. Okay, and this thing does help with the visibility a lot, so I like it. You know, this is a big plus for daily visibility. Right? Oh, check this out. You have lights down here as well. Let's jump into the interior. Now, one thing I like about these electric cars is because, again, you don't need to run the engine to start the aircon compressor. You can jump in with the aircon on, even though I've not started the car. The aircon is already on. So that means you can immediately get cool air when you jump in. That's very important, being Malaysian, right? So yeah, we have some air vents over here, but we have air cons over here, right? And we have this sort of like light gold linings going everywhere. Okay, and so we have the central console over here. I first want to say I love the open pore wood veneer. It just feels so nice, right? Really elevates the car. I just wish you had more of this around the car, right? But then we have this beautiful semi-gold plates over here. But if imagine this and maybe more wood around, I think that would really elevate the look of the car, but also increase the price of the car. But nice touch over here. It feels nice. Right? Now it's also housing all the buttons. So if I want to press the buttons, it actually goes, and there's a nice tactile clicking sound and feel, so you know you're actually pressing the button, which I like. Okay, now you know some manufacturers have all these touch sensitive things and you don't know when you're pressing it, so this one is good. Now you have this beautiful crystal that is now the iDrive, and again, great feeling, very easy to operate, and the infotainment system is very fast. You know, there's no lag. It operates like, you know, an iPhone or an iPad. Now speaking of iPad, you know, the more I look at this, the more I think it's kind of iPad-ish. Like, take a look at this. I click menu and look at that. I got all my apps, you know, over here. It's like your, you know, app screen on your iPad. Okay, then you go home, you got your home screen. You know, you can customize all these widgets and stuff like that. Okay, and you can see it's just really, really, really fast. You know, it's good. It's actually really good. You know, so kudos BMW for making a great system. Okay, now for the climate, now this is where I have a gripe again with a lot of car manufacturers. I know they want a nice clean look, but I have to access this so I can adjust, you know, the fan speed, you know, so it's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying. Okay, there are a lot of functions over here. You can type here. You can click for fresh air, or you want automatic air recirculation in the car, or you just want air circulations. You know, you can choose it all over here. And yep, we can adjust the footwell temperature for passenger and rear climate control and preconditioning. Now this is really good, right? So you can have this function set up, right? You can let it know when you're departing, okay? And then the car would actually cool down before you get in. So you can actually put this on, okay, when you're doing it, one off means I just want to do it one time, or I want to do it on a weekly basis, on which day, when you depart. All of this can be done, again, because this is an electric car. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about this design of the infotainment system. I know, because it's like, you know, this is the dashboard, and then, you know, it looks like it decides to be a, you know, a laptop or a monitor, you know, instead of being part of the dashboard. Well, I guess you got to try something daring, right? You know, not a big fan about it. Yeah, just think they can do better with this. But yeah, other than that, it actually has a pretty visible display, and also head-up display when you drive, so that's pretty cool. Right, let me just show you. When I start the car, depress the brakes, press the start button. All right, so when you start, it moves down to position. Okay, so you can see there is a head-up display, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so I can choose my cruise control, and this is the adaptive cruise control, right? You see the car sign, and then you have car and steering sign, right? So you can actually choose that with this little control right over here. Okay, and then over here is where you control your infotainment system, the volume. You can choose your songs, and what I like about it is actually integrated into your head-up display, so you don't have to look away to select your music and stuff like that. So I like it. That's really good. Okay, answer your phone, you know, to talk to Hey BMW, you know, all of that. Right, sorry BMW, please excuse me. Now, the compartment over here is pretty big, very deep. Okay, and you can see here, since you don't have anything over here, there's
Try it again using other word.
Let me see how I could turn this off. All right, okay, she's off. Okay, so you have this big space down here.
Connect you to the concierge service now.
Oh no, thank you very much. Okay, so down here is an empty space, so you can sort of, you know, I don't get it though, why? Oh, except unless if you're a lady, you can put your bag down here. But then again, it's not that safe, right? Because you can roll over here and then it obstructs your leg. But I guess there's an opportunity to put some things over here, right? And I think it's important for ladies because they don't want people to, you know, there's a lot of people who break into the mirrors to steal bags and stuff like that. So I guess this can serve as a little space. But what I do like is actually this. Okay, at first I didn't dig this design, but these two layers allow me to do few things. So I get all my excess card and stuff, and I can dump it here. I can put my coffee here, although it's a little bit hard to take out because, you know, but I got wireless charging over here. So I just dump my phone over here, and it's connected to Apple CarPlay, and I just drive, you know. So that's really making the car much more, you know, pleasant to drive. All right. Now this little slot over here is where you can put your keys as well. So I do like that little touch as well. Yeah, you put your key over here. Okay, so here's your gear knob. It's you know, illuminated crystal, if you want to put it that way, and you can shift your gears like that, right? So you put down, it goes to D. Now D is the normal drive mode. If you want the heavy regenerative braking, one pedal driving, you press it down one more time, it goes to B. So there's no sports mode. So sorry, racer boys, there's no sports mode. There's only D for drive, which is very car-like, and then D, a lot of regenerative braking. Okay, and then if you go neutral, and then you go R. Okay, now what I like about this system is that you don't have to click twice to go from D to R. So for example, I'm in D, I want to go to reverse, I press up all the way, it goes to R. That's something that Volvo doesn't have. Volvo, you have to go like twice, right? So you can go up all the way and go down all the way, and you can just change. So that's really, really helpful. Okay, auto holds there. The parking brake is the P, you know, it is the P gear, right? There's technically no park gear in this car, but yeah. Aircon vents, pretty cool over here, right? But check this out. This is how you open the glove box. this little button over here. But look at that. It's really, really small. Alright, really, really small. Now that we're here, I want to talk about the materials in the car. This is something I have a gripe about. It's this cloth, but it's denim. I'm not sure, but it feels so rough. You know, it doesn't feel premium at all. I mean, I get what they're trying to do with new materials and recycled stuff. It's probably plastic, but the tactile feeling is just poor. Not a big fan of it. And same to go as all this, leatherette with recycled plastic. It looks nice, but when you touch it, it does feel a bit more like polystyrene. Yeah, again, the steering wheel. Yeah, it's not a big fan of it. Yeah, this material on the top here, you don't have that. You see, you could have used this material. This is a nice soft material, okay, not as harsh as the ones over here. You could have put it over here, right? Because then, you know, when you're likely to touch this, because when you're pressing all of this, you're likely to actually, you know, feel all these materials, you know. But maybe they're doing this for longevity. I'm not sure, because this may be maybe a little bit more fragile compared to the one down there. The design of the cabin is actually quite interesting. Now you can see great visibility, which I love about this car. But there's this, like, you know, falling, you know, like sort of like rolling in kind of design, which I think gives you a sense of like, oh, the car is a little bit bigger than it is, you know. So I think it works, you know. I kind of like it. Some of the things that I didn't like about the car. So when I first got in the car and I tried to exit the car, I couldn't find the door latch, because intuitively you will look for a door latch. But however, in the iX, there is no door latch. There's this little button over here to open the door. So then I was wondering, what if you don't have electricity? Well, you have another one down here to open the door. So weird. Okay, so I know it's cool, but you know, and I know that people get used to it, but it's the idea of ergonomics. I think, you know, you can innovate, but I feel that you need to keep some things intuitive, so you know where things are when you need it. Okay, and another thing that most people probably won't talk about, okay, this thing over here. Now, if you look at this, the seat has this, is one piece, so you can't move it up and down. But this thing is a hard plastic over here. Now, if you are around 5'7" like me, you shouldn't have the problem. Your head will rest right over here. But if your children, right, or if you're short, maybe your wife or girlfriend is a bit shorter, maybe she's like 5'1" or 2, you're gonna hit this. Okay, the car accelerates, you're gonna hit. Ow! It's actually really hard. If your head is resting here and the car goes through some bumps, you know, it's gonna hurt. So that is not a really smart design. I'm sorry, BMW, but you know, you could have used something something softer if you want to have that hole, you know, something to make it more comfortable. Big boo-boo over here. So if you're short, or if your kids are short, they gotta sit behind, or if you're driving, then good luck to you. Okay, all right. But perforated seats, you got this fancy design, you know, with this very, you know, unique design, so that's pretty nice. Push button. Right. Okay, so we're in the rear. Control for the climate control behind here. So the rear seats gets its own individual control on the left and the right as well. So that's pretty cool, right? So you have 4-zone climate control, and I have these vents over here, and these vents are very important. Okay, so that's my driving position. I'm 5'7" or 173 around there, and you can see I got massive space with me from the driver in front. Okay, and also you got this little you know, nice, I mean, like airline style, you know, flap. So here you have this thing, which I'm not sure what this is for. Okay, I believe it's something you can put some add-on so that you get like a, you know, hook or something like that. But you have phone chargers over here. You have 2 chargers over here for USB-C, another 2 over here, right? So I'm not sure why it's on the seats, why it can't be over here as most cars would, but I guess it's being unique as well. All right. Yeah, the rear seats are actually really nice, and then you have you know, an armrest. So rear space is pretty big, and the seats quite upright, but actually it's quite comfortable. So a long journey in this car shouldn't be any problem at all. Head space is humongous, right? You know, so we should have no problem fetching people around. In fact, I think in this car the head space itself is really big in this car over here. You know? So yeah, there you go. This is my little vlog review of the iX Sport. If you enjoyed this, please help me hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this in the future, right? And don't forget to let me know in the comments what do you think about this car over here, right? So with that, I'm gonna charge this car and send it off to Con for him to do a little review as well, right? With that, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in another episode. Ciao.